Welcome to the Nagual Zone. I'm Anaam. Today, the master key. The master key. And I promise you, once you're done watching this video, I'll try and keep it short today. You will be very clear, very, very clear what you are to do. In another video, I explained why you are here. And by you, I'm assuming you are interested in Toltec training, the way Toltecs train, the way what warriors are interested in, why warriors are here. Why am I here? That video you must watch before you watch this one, because that tells you why you are here. And it's not to get paid or get laid. That's the average man's world. Wherever the average man goes, the average man has only two reasons or a combination of two reasons to be anywhere. Either getting laid, getting paid, or result, consequences, subscriptions, demands, requirements of getting laid, getting paid. The only two reasons the average man has to be anywhere. Warriors do not subscribe to that reality at all. Warriors have very different reasons, and I've explained that in the video called Why Am I Here? That tells you why you're here. Today we are going to talk about what you are going to do when you're here, and how do you go about it. That is the concept, the idea, which is the master key that determines who makes use of their life cycle and who ends up wasting it yet again. Because like with all things, I know, and I've met throughout my life many, and you have, if you're even half sensitive, or you're, many people have sort of open psychic sense, you know that we have all met people, you may be one of them, who are fresh here in this plane of ordered chaos. They are fresh here. They've had a life cycle or two, and they're not really quite experienced in how to navigate here. They're just totally like, what the hell, right? And you come in to a new situation, a new incarnation, and it's all very exciting at that stage. The spirit, that soul, that awareness is excited, motivated. They will take on the challenges. It'll be all very, very difficult. But there's an inner drive to just really do the work. Why they're there. They won't even remember why they're there, and that's the whole game. And then there are some who have been caught up, who got jaded. You met those as well, and you might be one of them, who are the jaded old timers. The old timers. Every job has these old timers. They've been at their job for 30 years. They're waiting for that watch and the... What do white people give once the drone retires? Watch? I don't know why they give watch. What the fuck is a watch all about? And what is it? Certificate or ring or key or something? Whatever people, white nonsense corporate. Anyway, so you have these old timers who are the same. They've been doing these life cycles, and they kind of got stuck in a vortex of incarnation. Don Juan talked about this. He alluded to this in in Castaneda's books, and he thought fit to note that down. A lot of my constant challenge, at least with the TNZ channel, is that people read Castaneda's books or any other Toltec books and think that that's all there is to it. Now that's the thing. Now do you think the Toltec path is like you just agree to 4 things called the 4 agreements, and now you're a warrior? No, it doesn't work like that. There's so much to it. And even just Castaneda's books, there's so much to them, right? There's so much to them. However, that's only what Carlos thought fit, he admits that in one of the books, thought fit to note down, first of all. He was not physically able to take all the notes, everything that was coming to him. He just wasn't there. It's not possible, right? Secondly, he compiled those notes and picked and chose what should be presented in book form, what would make a good narrative. He was thinking like an author. He wasn't thinking like, I have to present this material as is to the world because it will be of great benefit to everyone. No, he was tasked with an act of power, and that was his, and he did brilliantly. We still talk about him. That's power, right? So full respect to that warrior. It's all fun and games till the jaded stuff sets in. And if you forget why you're here and how to go about fulfilling why you're here, you will be one of those jaded ones, just life cycle after life cycle, just getting more and more jaded, having done it all now, and you're just struggling. Now it's all become a struggle. So, what is the master key for the warrior? You know this one. This is not a secret. It's not a big mystery. It's not the big reveal. But it is, you cannot break down anything in life further than this. You cannot. Not on the active side of infinity. And the non-active side of infinity cannot be broken down anyway. Can you chop silence in two? No, you can't. So, the active side of infinity, this is the bottom line. You just can't break it down any further. And what is that? The word is, it starts with R, it's called repetition. It's repetition. Warriors put forth the argument, the idea that there are two kinds of repetitions. Advantageous repetitions, which fulfill the warrior's agendas. And what is the warrior's ultimate agenda? Watch that other video. I'll recap. The warrior is here to train. We're not here to faff about, mess about, waste time, do endless New Age workshops, heal our wounds, ancestral wounds, such wounds, heal it all. But the strange thing is, every incarnation, that's a big phase that the jaded ones get stuck into. The healing phase. Endless healing. There's always something to heal with these people. Right? Warriors are here to train. We're not here to heal. We're not here to do anything. We're here to train. And you have advantageous repetition, which aids, makes you go further, elevates you, evolves you, gets you closer to where you want to go. And there are disadvantageous repetitions, which are, most of them are given to you, handed to you by the time you're finished your indoctrination camp, child labor camp called schools. You are a mountain of bad habits by then. A mountain. Do you know, I literally mean that. A mountain range. You know how huge those things are? A mountain range is humongous. Yeah, you are a mountain of miseducation and disadvantageous repetitions. They've been packed solid into you. You ooze disadvantageous repetitions. Advantageous repetitions, it takes just as much energy, time, investment of your attention to cultivate advantageous repetitions as it does disadvantageous ones. Disadvantageous ones are easier because they've been handed to you. You didn't have to do that work. No sane being, sentient being would, willingly go and inform themselves about how to repeat things that will destroy them. slowly and horribly. Look at the average man's life. A life of silent desperation. If you open their hearts, you open the average man's heart and peek inside, peek behind the curtains, peek behind the hey, hey, hey and the ha, ha, ha. And you will see the cancer of silent desperation eating away at them till they die. It won't give them up, it will kill them. Warriors, on the other hand, you open the curtains, you look into their spirit. Warriors don't have a heart, they have a spirit. We can't afford a good heart or a bad heart. A heart is an engine for us, and that's a whole topic a different topic. We have a finely honed spirit, a spirit that, what is a spirit? You can call it luminosity. If you give me a choice between honing my luminosity and developing a huge heart or a strong heart or a light heart or a hearty heart, I'll choose the luminosity every single time. You know why? Because that's actually useful. Now, this is a debatable topic, and you can, give your smart-ass comments about how you know all about hearts and spirits and all that. But try and comment only if you have any life evidence to back you up. Don't just do the keyboard warrior thing. Spirit. Warriors are concerned with advantageous repetitions that refine their spirit. Make their luminosity, first of all, come alive through practicing intense awareness. And then, same thing like I mentioned before. Attain, maintain, protect. Same goes for your luminosity. You first bloom it. And that's not for the entitled. It's for the real. It's the most brutal war you will ever wage within you to bloom your luminosity. There are many apprentices here in the Zoom talk right now. They will all testify to what I'm saying. And they've barely begun. Then you maintain your luminosity and your personal power that arises out of your luminosity. And you protect it from your fellow black magicians, from your own black magic, but hopefully by that time you have educated yourself into what is good spelling. And you protect it from forces that are actively interested in you not blooming your luminosity. Right? So, how do we do this? We do it by repetition of advantageous formulas. That is why, personally, I'm so big on affirmations. I'm so big on, if someone is interested in the Toltec way, you have got to get a handle on your magic. How magical your life is. There's a book I recommend reading called The Celestine Prophecy. It's a fictional book. It's a fantastic story. Very good read. It was doing the rounds in the late 90s, I believe. It's a great book. I really recommend it. I don't remember the author. The Celestine Prophecy. And in that will really show you the kind of magic I'm talking about. The kind of magic that is functional for the warrior. That author really breaks it down in that book really well. And it's a real good read, with all the elements, the hero's journey and all that. It's really great. But some absolutely fantastic concepts and ideas in it, which warriors resonate with. And that magic is a result of your blooming luminosity. If you're not experiencing magic in your life, you can talk till the cows come home about what a luminous being you are, but ain't nothing happening. Yeah. So always look for life evidence. Now, Advantageous repetitions, I need not lay them out. Disadvantageous repetitions, I need not lay them out. You know why? You know why? Because you already know them. Anyone who feigns ignorance, comes to me, emails me, comments this, that, nonsensical thing about feigning ignorance about what is an advantageous repetition in their life and what are the disadvantageous repetitions that they're dealing with. If they feign ignorance about that, I don't believe them. I don't believe them. Because there's no way you can be ignorant of that. Patterns that exist outside of that exist in your blind spot is a different thing. That's a whole different hunt. That's a whole different skill set to be able to hunt those down. A whole different skill set. And it can be acquired. You can train into it. You can acquire that skill set of hunting patterns. I can hunt. I have become out of necessity. It's a survival skill. Out of necessity, I can say that I can hunt patterns decades apart. 3 decades, and the pattern rears its head once every 10 years, 3 times. I can hunt that pattern down, no problem. That's very keen. That's eagle eyes, that is. And you can get it. Really, if I can sit here and say, yes, I can do that, really trust me, you can do it. You can do it. If I can do this, you really can. You can probably do it in less time and much better than me. I kid you not. That's why I'm such a believer in the warriors, that it works. Because if it can work on me, really, only I know. You know, it can work for you way better probably. So I am not gonna spoon feed you advantageous repetitions and all that on the other side. Because you know that. Consult your conscience and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. In order to consult your conscience, you have to learn to be brutally honest with yourself. Stop bullshitting. Stop distracting yourself with food and Netflix. And nothing wrong with food, nothing wrong with Netflix. But if it's a pattern of yours to distract yourself from establishing, maintaining, and protecting advantageous repetitions in your life, then it's on you. It's on you, isn't it? You can blame the parasite, but the parasite, what's that got to do with anything? The parasite is just feeding off of you. The parasite has its own agenda and warriors respect the parasite. I have nothing but the respect for if we switched places, if it was possible, I would do exactly the same. I'd have a great time. I would probably enjoy it a lot more even. Feeding off of you lot. Off your money. I'd put you under so many taxes you wouldn't even, oh wait, that's already happened. If I was running this show, I said this on Facebook last year, if I was running this show, yeah, every one of you would have nanotech in your bodies right now. No exception, I couldn't care less. Your dog and the dog's flea would have nanotech in it by now. The parasite's not doing a good enough, impeccable enough job as far as I'm concerned. Right? But remember, I always say this, remember how hard the parasite has to work to dim your luminosity. That's what you've been gifted with. So I don't want to hear how you want to know about advantageous repetitions because you know what it is. All right? You know what it is. No use hiding. I'm here to open it up for you because then you can't run away from what you can't unknow. Now you know. I'm pointing it out to you right now that your conscience knows what are the advantageous repetitions for you. You can't unknow this now. Now you're at choice. You can shut off this video or you can put a nice comment, Anaam, wow, thank you. You can do all of that. But if you didn't change, and watching a video won't change you, I've said that many, many times. The change must come from you and your repetitions. Your repetitions. Slowly build the stamina. to repeat more often and for longer. Slowly build the stamina, relax. Enjoy the journey. It's an amazing journey to build repetitions which are advantageous, because the results are tremendous, tremendous. You become a blessing to yourself and a blessing to your environment. Everyone and everything. There is nothing, this English is so idiotic. There's nothing called thing and person. It doesn't, there is. English is the language of those who think they're better than. There's nothing, you can't really say in reality everything and everyone. You can't say that. That's not how reality is. That's just not how it works. Advantageous repetitions, I'll still give a little bit of a starting jump for you. If in case you're really new to this material, start with repeating the art of being present at all times. Repeat that. Establish that advantageous repetition in yourself. You will have hell to pay for it till you start getting results. It's one of the most difficult things you will do, because the parasite you're going directly against the parasite's work inside you. Directly. You won't believe how difficult it is initially. Just to be present. Right? Secondly, take one affirmation, mantra, Sanskrit mantras I personally recommend. If you don't just do some idiotic, westernized pronunciation, have some respect. I've seen many of you white people, you have no respect for anything. You get in there and elbow and knee and bite and gouge the culture right out of the locals, right? You rape and pillage, and you come back and do some nonsense with it. Plenty of times I've been to these people go to India and they fall in love with the chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. They don't bother actually learning anything. Go there for 6 months, buy your harmonium, come back and start shouting, yeah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. Have the respect and the courtesy. Step out of your whiteness to really learn the Sanskrit of it. Here's the amazing thing. And I want you to put idiotic, shitty, stupid comments that are testimonies to your stupidity. Put them in down below about how you are done with Anaam talking about white people. Yeah, good. Piss off. Don't want you around anyway. I'll tell you what I've observed. You ask a white person, and typical, that's you. You. Ask a white person, you think you're not racist. I'll tell you exactly how racist you are. Ask a white person to say something in Sanskrit which has a rolled R in it, as in R, a rolled R, okay? Ask them to say that, they won't say it. They physically won't be able to do it. R, they'll keep going R, especially if they are unfortunate enough to only have English as their only language that they can think in. That is a pitiable state of affairs indeed. R, they'll struggle with it. Now, switch to Italian or French or Spanish. Mangiare, tell them mangiare, say mangiare. That white person will say it effortlessly. Mangiare, they'll go, mangiare. Ask them to speak something in Japanese. There won't be a hirohito, they'll go. Yeah, ask them to speak the same thing, roll the R in Spanish. They'll get it straight away. You know why? Because white DNA resonates with white DNA, and it's not about the sounds. Yeah, and I want you to comment your idiotic stuff down below. I want you to. You can verify this yourself. If you're white, you have no hope. But non-whites, verify this yourself. You'll see. If you're African, ask a white person to speak an African sentence or a word. And then ask them to speak a white person's same thing which has the same syllables. Watch what happens. You'll see it yourself. That's how inbuilt disrespect is in you. That's how inbuilt it is. Now remember, white is a mentality. It's a mentality. I know Africans, I know Indians, I know Nigerians. I know, like, not that Nigerians are, but like Nigerians are so, they have such a culture, such a strong, amazing culture. I love Nollywood movies. By the way, if you want to get into Nollywood movies, they're amazing, love it. I love Nigerian music. Even the modern stuff, with all the auto-tune and all that, I love it. It's got great energy. They have such a culture, the Yoruba. But I've met Nigerians whiter than white. Totally brainwashed right out of their culture. And Nigerian culture is really strong. There's such respect for elders, and this is incredible. It is also it's a real cage, like any culture. It's a real cage, but it's strong. Even there, the white mentality, due to so-called education. So it no longer becomes about skin color. It becomes about what's swimming around between your ears. So, why am I saying this? Why am I making such a song and dance about it? Because it was repetition. It was repetition that put it in you. You weren't born like that. Children who have like say a German mom and a Spanish dad, they'll learn both languages, right? All three of them are white, mother, father, and if they are white people. So it's about all of this. But put that kid in a Catholic school in England. Watch what happens. Yeah. The Jesuits. And by the way, you wanna go down some rabbit holes? Research the Jesuits. You'll come smack dab against Freemasonry straight away. So, with that, I hope this has inflamed you, light a fire up your ass, made a little bit of a crack in your apathetic, bored shell. Like Bob Marley, in his one of his songs, he says, "Say something." Remember that song? Say something, reggae, say something. There's a song, in the end it goes like that. He's really like, say something. So say something, put it in the comments, whatever you have. Keep it intelligent and keep it focused. And I welcome your sharings and your thoughts. Remember, repetition you cannot break it down any further than that. It is all about repetition. I'm asking you to get obsessed with repeating advantageous things in your life. You're fat, repeat advantageous eating habits. That's all you gotta do. It's all you have to do. You wanna learn something? Repeat advantageous habits of exposing yourself to whatever you want to learn again and again and again and again. There is no other way to evolve except replacing disadvantageous repetitions in your life with advantageous repetitions in your life that take you towards ever increasing well-being. There's no other way. There's no other way. There's no other way. The whole game here in an incarnated body is about mastering the art of repetitions. That's the whole game. Really, it really is. If you can become proficient in that, let alone an expert and a master, I did a video on that. Proficiency, expertise, mastery. If you can even just become proficient in repeating advantageous formulas, advantageous things in your life, you will go very far. Your life will not be the same as you know it right now. It won't be. You have certain insecurities. Take an affirmation. Take a Buddhist mantra. learn the proper pronunciation, Sanskrit mantra if you want, whatever. Ask me. If it's a Sanskrit mantra you're interested in, ask me, email me, comment. I'll tell you. Oh yeah, by the way, join Telegram. The Nagual Zone is on Telegram. Just search for the Nagual Zone on Telegram. It's a public group. Come and join us there, and we'd love to have you there. And I can even leave a voice message there with the pronunciation if you want to ever learn Sanskrit mantra. Repeat them. Repeat affirmations. You can start repeating, I choose to feel blessed. Imagine you repeat that every day, hundreds of times, relentlessly. What will happen to you in 2 years' time? That's all you say. Anything happens to you, you go, I choose to feel blessed. Anything that happens to you, all you go is, I choose to feel blessed. I choose to feel blessed. 2 years of this, watch what happens. Your life, you will not be living the same life you're living right now. You won't. 5 years later, you'll be playing a whole different game. 10 years of that repetition. What's going to happen to your luminosity? You tell me, right? So don't let apathy, complacency, the wetiko virus, the white mentality, wetiko, W-E-T-I-K-O. Put that in Google. Don't let that virus defeat you. Repetitions. I want to see repetitions. So in the comments below, write down one advantageous repetition that you're willing to relentlessly, with unbending intent, repeat for 2 years. 2 years. It may be anything, but let's hear it in the comments. And I will also ask the attendees right now, this is part of a bigger masterclass. I urge you to come and attend the masterclasses. Go to thenagualzone.com to book your place. Apart from that, I look forward to hearing your comments. Lots of love. Walk in freedom. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.